All right. Hello and welcome to another VanHack success case. My name is Ilya, and today I'm very excited to be joined by Sylvie from Rare Days. Great to have you here, Sylvie. How's it going?
It's going great. Thanks for having me.
My pleasure. And thanks for taking the time as well. Let's just jump right in. Do you mind just telling us a little bit about yourself and about Rare Days?
For sure. So I'm Sylvie. I'm the people and culture lead here at Rare Days. I've been here for coming up on 4 years now and have kind of seen the evolution of our business. And when I joined, we're about 20 people, and now we're over 50. So it's been an awesome transformation. And we are focused in the digital kind of creator product space. We're headquartered out of Vancouver, but we're a fully remote global team distributed all over the world. We serve creators, community-driven organizations, enterprise clients, really all of the above. And we build membership platforms, creator tools, community-driven products, all of the, yeah, you name it, we do it. So we have a really big range in kind of what we offer. And I'm really excited to chat with you today about who we've hired and how they've helped us support our business and our growth.
Fantastic. Yeah. And I know you work with a lot of really kind of big names in the creator space, and so it's really cool to be helping you make that happen. You maybe can kind of take a step back and talk a little bit about the bigger picture of kind of what the talent acquisition landscape looks like these days.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of like all the new trends that are happening. How are you seeing that and maybe dealing with that in terms of hiring?
Yeah, we've kind of seen it all over the years and gone through a bunch of kind of iterations of hiring, and VanHack has really been a steady constant for us since I joined the team. And so right now we're using a couple different sources to find talent, and it's it's really just trying to find kind of those gaps that you have in the team or whatever you're hiring for. And there's lots of avenues to do that, but it can be really hard on your own to go out and be sourcing and finding candidates and qualified folks who are not only available but interested and all of that. So right now, Van Heck Wolf just continues to be a huge support to our team in hiring. Like you said, I think we've hired 11 people through Van Heck over the years, so that's fantastic.
That's great. And why did you kind of give Van Heck a try? Like, what was the kind of initial thought of like, okay, let's give this a shot?
I think our CEO, Tonner, met you at one point and you were connected, and that's kind of what sparked the initial trying Van Hack, and you've just continued to show up for us. So that has just never stopped. We have used a number of your different services, being partnered one-on-one with someone, or more recently using the monthly kind of retainer service. And so I think that's how we were initially connected. I don't know when that would have been, but years ago now.
Yeah, it's been a little while. Um, cool. And then maybe like talk a little bit about kind of the types of roles that we've been able to help you fill. What were the challenges filling those without Van Hack, and how to, what was the spark or difference that Van Hack made to, fill all those positions?
Yeah, it's been hard, like historically looking for people that have that agency experience or coming from a product background and understanding kind of the landscape of our own business and how they would contribute and the pace and the types of projects and work that we have. And oftentimes looking for lead developers or anywhere from senior to director level candidates, especially in the engineering space. And so we've leaned on VanHack for that, helping us source people from various countries or locations that work well with our time zones and having that, agency experience or product experience or mix of experience that will work for the types of projects or clients that we have. We're a little different from a typical SaaS or product company because we have so many different types of services and projects that we're working on. And so that's how VanHack has been able to come in and kind of give us really clearly like who the candidate is, what their experience is, what they're looking for too, and the skills match, and finding some really great people that are on our team still to this day.
Mhm. Definitely. And then do you mind talking a little bit more about the different business models? I know you kind of have the success fee model, and then also last year transitioned to the subscription model.
Yeah.
Specifically the subscription model, like what have you seen the benefit of that, and how's that been kind of allowing you to access talent at a maybe like more predictable cost?
Yeah, so the subscription model is fantastic, and I would encourage all recruitment sources to have something like that. And I know it's not an easy thing to do. And for us, it's been huge because we can actually look at our own pace. Like, oftentimes, when you're hiring, it can be more of a reactive thing because you know you need someone, you need them quickly. And the subscription model gives you the opportunity to kind of keep an eye on candidates at all times and looking at who's in the pipeline or who's available, and then reaching out or being a little bit more proactive if you know you need a front end dev for something in 6 weeks or whatever the position might be. And so that has been fantastic for us to just keep a pulse on the talent in the pipeline and also keeping an eye on our own hiring needs and projections, and then being able to reach out and kind of keep those conversations going with different candidates at our own pace, which isn't always the case in hiring or recruitment services. It's been a huge help. I would highly recommend it to people.
That's cool. It's interesting that at your own pace. I didn't think about that as a value prop, so that's really cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
Huh. Okay. And how about the actual like product itself? A lot of times people don't realize maybe that VanHack has like a web platform where you can log in and see the profiles and videos and all those things. Like, how have you used that? What have been your favorite features, that kind of thing?
Yeah, I love the chat feature personally because it just removes all the barriers of like, okay, you get their email and then you have to email them and you need to like get the thread going. So just being able to chat directly with candidates is huge. And that initial reach out or even just seeing people's interest if they're not applying directly to a role, like being able to see whoever, candidate profile and reaching out to them directly. And then even the commenting feature as well, so everyone can keep tabs on, conversations that I've already had or if we've met with candidates in the past. The video feature is great, being able to get a sense of like a person's personality, like that shows up in a video. Without that, you're kind of just going off of the words that are on their resume or their LinkedIn or whatever that might be. And so the whole platform is great, and it's really easy to filter through and like find kind of what you're looking for. Previously working with the representatives at VanHack who would kind of help place people for us also has been amazing. We've had really wonderful, like super approachable, proactive, responsive interactions always with VanHack. So the nice thing about self-serve is like you go in and you can go at your own pace, and it's also been really helpful over the years having uh, that kind of connection point that you're getting, the candidates kind of handed to you, and there's a lot more opportunity for back and forth or like adjusting kind of what you're looking for.
Hmm. Great. That makes total sense. Just the last couple questions here. How have the hires that you made, the 11 hires, how have they impacted the business in terms of, growth, revenue, new products, that kind of thing?
Well, they've impacted all of the above for sure. There are a number of folks that we've hired that are still with us today and have grown their roles from however we've hired them, whether it was a senior developer or lead or whatever they were hired at, and have grown their positions in the company, but also helped us grow our team. Talented people are usually connected to other talented people too, and so there's been opportunity too to hire through VanHack and then build that network outside of VanHack as well. And so, yeah, they've helped grow our team enormously. And our current offering, like who Rare Days is today, is different than who we were a year ago. And that's a
Hmm.
huge part based on who our team is and how we've grown and how, our hires have impacted the business.
Nice. Just want to call out Bruno, who I believe is now your director of engineering, right? That's pretty cool to
Yes.
see him get promoted.
Yeah, absolutely. Bruno has been fantastic. Yeah, can't imagine Rare Days without Bruno.
I saw him in the Slack, like going in and interviewing or like reviewing resumes.
Yeah, once a
That was
VanHack
cool.
hire, now like the hiree of all the other VanHack hires.
Yeah, yeah,
Absolutely.
that's actually our favorite. Like when that happens, Van Hackers hiring Van Hackers kind of
Absolutely.
thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fun. Okay, cool. Well, last questions, kind of. Would you recommend Van Hack to other, people and culture leaders and yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I would totally wholeheartedly recommend VanHack to other anyone that's needing kind of support with recruiting or looking outside of Canada beyond. There's a huge candidate pool and there's a lot of opportunity to find really talented folks. And so, yeah, it's a great partnership that we've had, and I would encourage others to use your resources and services and hopefully grow their teams with the talent that you have.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Sylvie. I appreciate you joining us and have a good one.
For sure. Thanks, Ilya.